Hello Capricorn, this is Joe and I'm going to do your mid-June 2020 speed tarot reading. This is a 5-minute reading about just about anything that comes out. Could be money, career, finance, relationships, or anything else, who knows. This isn't for everybody, this won't resonate for everybody, but you'll know if it's meant for you. So, we are going to see what's happening for mid-June 2020. With that said, if you want a chance to enter a free drawing for a reading with me, one-on-one at no cost, all you have to do is, if you're a subscriber, comment below in the video that you are subscribed and I'll include you. If you are not a subscriber, just click subscribe and comment below that you have and I'll include you in that. That drawing will be in June sometime. Alright, Capricorn, what is going on mid-June 2020? I've already shuffled the cards and we are going to dive into them. What is going on, Capricorn, mid-June 2020? What is that Capricorn needs to know for their highest good? Now, keep in mind, I generally don't read reversals. I read cards intuitively first before I just jump to the traditional tarot meaning. So I may read cards a bit differently than you're used to. I usually don't attach zodiacs to cards because their charts are so diverse anyway. The deck's strength. This is a great feeling already. I'm just going to remove the bottom of the deck and put it to the side. Alright. Ooh, our ancient future. This is pretty cool. I kind of have an interesting vibe on where this might be going. And then we have go the distance. Alright, so we're going to leave these off to the side and talk about these in a minute. And we're going to get right into it. So, Capricorn, in your time leading up to mid-June, your recent past, you have, oh, look at that, 9 of Wands. And then you have what's on your mind, the Page of Wands, and what it is that you're feeling, Temperance, and then your shadow side. So this could be what you need to know, what you want to know, what you're afraid of the most, what you want the most, subconscious thoughts and feelings. That is the 5 of Cups. Alright. And then the outcome here, Queen of Swords. Alright, so the 9 of Wands, in this, I do feel like this is the breach of trust and the breach of a relationship. I don't think this is a romantic relationship, Capricorn. I think this is very much about a failed friendship or a work relationship or some other interpersonal type of relationship. Could be with siblings, parents, who knows. But I do feel like this is something that has worn you down. And so you are kind of coming out of this. But I feel like you've come out of this on top because the Queen of Swords is here, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I may want to clarify some of these because it does feel a little vague to me, and I don't like a reading that feels a little bit vague. But anyway, so I do feel like you've kind of are battle worn a bit, and the Page of Wands. So I think this is you. This represents you in taking a stance and having fought against something or pushed back against something that you felt wasn't in your best interest. So somebody may have been pushing something on you, an idea, this could be, if this is with work or career, somebody could have been pushing something on you that you didn't want or that you didn't want a part of. Some kind of concept, idea, if this is with family, friend, or even possibly love relationship. I feel like you really kind of got worked up, and you, in your mind, in your head, you your thought process is you are in the right and you came out on top, and that may be very well be the truth of the matter. And I think that because to me the Queen of Swords, to me this represents purity and truth. So I think this is pretty interesting. But in this your space of what you're feeling, I think you need to chill out and calm down, because I feel like you might be starting to realize there is now a separation in between you and whoever this is about. And I think that this Five of Cups represents that subconscious worry and fear that maybe there's irreparable damage on the end of this. But first of all, I want to point out here the Strength card. And the thing about strength isn't the Strength card to me isn't about just mental strength or emotional strength, physical strength, although those are components of it. The Strength card is about choosing the route of compassion and love in an adversarial situation. So and what I mean by that, it is harder to take the road of compassion, love, and kindness and caring in a situation that is adversarial. So it's easier to dislike or feel hatred towards somebody than it is to love them when you are in conflict. It's easier to be dismissive than it is to be compassionate towards somebody when you're in a heated conflict. It's easier to revert to the negative feelings in any type of conflict. But true strength is choosing the path of compassion and love and forgiveness and understanding. Whether you are in the right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Quite often it's when you're in the right and the Strength card shows up. To me, that is about taking the high road. And so I feel like you might think now or have the realization you might have been a little overly aggressive. And my card readings, my tarot readings are not about unicorns and love and light all the time. I mean, I tell basically what I see and how I see it. And so to me, it just feels like you are realizing you maybe were a little bit overly aggressive. But the Queen of Swords here, to me, still represents this purity. The purity of taking a stand and knowing the truth and having the facts. And I do feel like, even though you came out on top, there was a cost for you in this. So I do feel like this is definitely a conflict that has come to a screeching halt. It's kind of over with. There might be some tension in this interpersonal relationship, and this again, it just doesn't have to be necessarily a work relationship or a co-worker relationship. It could be a friend, family member, and it could be a romantic partner, ex-romantic partner too. So that's kind of how I see it. Before I get into these two and we end this little speed reading here, I do want to clarify the Five of Cups. Because to me, that's what's most interesting here. Because I do feel like, because that to me is in your shadow side, and I think it represents some regret here for you. And I think that regret is maybe kind of having a realization of, the fallout. But we will also look at the Queen of Swords too. So we're going to try and hurry this up because this is a 5-minute speed read. Nope, that's not. I'm going to reshuffle that. I thought that wanted to pop out, and I went to grab about 3 cards. We don't want that. Okay, 7 of Pentacles. Well, if this is involved with work, money, finances, or something like that, to me, I feel like this, and I said I don't generally read reversals. I read cards intuitively, but I feel like this card should be in the reverse because I feel like there's a cost to you in this situation, and whether it's severing ties with an employer or some type of partnership or whatever it is, I think your worry is about the outcome in the end. And so I think that is, you know, what you put time and effort into has now been flipped upside down, and it's uncertain. But you do have the Queen of Swords. Again, I said that to me represents purity. And let's have a quick clarifier of that. The Lovers. Okay, so the Lovers card does not have to be about romantic love, okay? There's all kinds of love. There's agape love, there's brotherly love, there's, you know, love for, in all different types of relationships. But you have the Lovers here. And the way this is depicted is there's a mediator in between two people, is the way I see that. There's an angel with wings. I think this represents like a healing of what has happened. And there, to me, that shows that there is not only just hope, but that's a realistic outcome. That this temperance is dependent on you toning it down and maybe choosing that strength over the having to be right because you know you're right. And I think the Lovers card here is about a repairing of that relationship, no matter what kind of relationship it is. So we have Go the Distance here. I like this card because this is about not giving up, because at that moment, a point where you give up, that's where the miracles come in. And so it's really all about perseverance, and it really matches up well with the Strength card. I think this is almost like in tarot would be two cards repeating from two different decks. So I think that's really calling to be to strength. And then our Ancient Future here, you know, I'm not going to dig out the booklet for this card because these cards have so many different meanings. But this kind of reminds me of ancestral protection, having, whether it's angels, spirit guides, whatever that is. There is just this feeling of and depiction of having that ancestral protection, and that your future is certain and it's not uncertain. That the Five of Cups is, you don't have to dwell on this because this isn't going to be a situation that can't be fixed. So Capricorn, that is your 5-minute speed read plus a couple of minutes for going long. But anyway, if you want a chance, an opportunity to enter for that drawing, it's going to end here in a few days. Comment, subscribe, let me know you're a subscriber, or subscribe and let me know that you did. I'll include you in that. And give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what's up, and I will talk to you later. Thank you.